What's up, creators? Chris Kelly here from ProductionCrate.com. Today, we want to do something a little bit special. We want to turn you into superheroes. On Instagram and Twitter, we requested that you submit videos and photos of yourself doing various superhero poses so we can use our skills as visual effects artists to turn you into superheroes.
For my superhero shot, I was able to get dibs on this crisp footage of Chris George walking in the woods doing some magic-y hand motions and like a hand blast at the camera, and my mind instantly went to this shot of Mysterio from Spider-Man Far From Home.
Super villain.
Wait, what? I only saw the trailer. He's a villain? We actually have some sweet Mysterio kind of green smoke magic on Footage Crate. We got these cool magic blasts and these kind of arcane looking swirly eyes. I started by tracking his palms in Mocha and just creating some masks, then taking that tracking data and applying it to some nulls that I would then parent the blasts to. The beginning of the blasts are a little small, so adding a bulge effect kind of widens the start point of the blast from his palm. In order to better blend the blast effect with his palms, I used those palm masks as an alpha matte. Woo! That's my first alpha matte, people. I used those masks as an alpha matte with a solid color layer beneath it, and then just feathered and turned down the opacity of the mask. Oh my god, it's happening. No, I'm turning into Adrian. I just did a little bit of roto on the fingers to make it look like, you know, he was actually holding these arcane hands. From there, all I had to do is add a dusted screen effect to get a little bit more smoke into the shot, and use our free Crate Shake script in order to get Crate Shaker to get some cool motion. And bam, we got our new Mysterio shot. You're welcome, Chris.
My first shot was of Joe the Nerd 32. I picked this shot because I really like Joe's acting in this. The quality of the footage does leave something to be desired. To compensate for that, what I did was rotoscope Joe out using Runway ML. So I took the rotoscoped out Joe and I put him on the like LA canals that you see in like every action movie or every superhero movie. They're freaking constant. I thought it would be a perfect place to have Joe's origin story. So my idea was kind of like a Shazam type transformation, like the first time Joe is exploring his powers, which are relatively undefined. I thought it would be cool if he screams and maybe like rips his shirt open. He's got the burly chest and he's just screaming at the heavens, but that was going to be a little too complicated. So instead, I just had lightning bolts shoot down from the sky and burn away his clothes so we could see that manly, sweaty body. For the actual like physical muscly man body, I found this stock image of this guy doing a very similar pose, so it matched up pretty well to begin with. And then I used Mocha Pro's surface tracker, which is unbelievably cool, to just track on the body onto Joe's clothes, so it kind of warps and moves with him as he's moving. The movement is pretty limited, but just that slight attention to detail really adds that extra little bit of realism. I used some overlays from Footage Crate, like the film footage recording overlay. I also found some good noise and grain from Footage Crate and just used that as well. Joe, I hope you liked your shot. We'll be sending you the clip for you to use in whatever you want.
I think it's recording now. All right, do it.
Now, Chris is usually our VR guy, but I decided that I was gonna take a crack at this footage sent to us by Black Hole Producers. This footage came to us in 720p and it's pretty grainy. Now, typically we work at 1080p minimum, so I had to scale this footage up. But I decided instead of going with a normal 16:9 aspect ratio, I would go with 2.39:1, which is much more cinematic, but that's not why I picked it. I picked it so that I could get away with scaling up the footage a little bit less, and then I could add some more space on the edges to fill up with bad guys. So I used a plugin called Neat Video to get rid of that grain, and then I used Detail Preserving Upscale to scale it up while preserving some detail. That's how they got the name. I really wanted to put our guy in the danger room from X-Men, but because of the graininess and the darkness of the footage, it really couldn't be rotoed. Runway couldn't handle it, Mocha couldn't handle it, Roto Rush couldn't handle it, I couldn't handle it, guys. There was a time where I would have just gone through frame by frame and rotoscoped it that way by hand, but I'm not that guy anymore. I'm too tired, I can't do it, I need an alternate plan. So what I did was I took a still frame of this footage into Photoshop and I extended the edges of the background to make it fit my new aspect ratio better. So then I told Chris and Nico that I would do their laundry for a month if they would dress up like some stupid looking goons on the green screen for me. I tricked them, but that's what it takes, people. I keyed out those goons and then I just added them into the shot, and I used a levels effect to kind of make the colors and the white balance match the original footage a little bit more. And then since this is just a training simulation, I wanted the bad guys to turn into holograms when they got hit. And that was really easy to do using Crate's hologram script. I just left it on the default settings and I moved the light rays up to the top so it looked like it was being projected from the ceiling. You see that? I really hope you like the clip, man. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Superhero combat training complete.
All of the sound effects for these clips were edited by me, and you can find all of the sound effects on SoundsCrate. Adrian usually gives me the most work to do because his shots are always chaotic and full of just unnecessary visual effects. But
this one was full of goons.
It was full of goons, and each of them needed to get hit and have a scream, but it was a lot of fun to make anyway.
Nico, what's your favorite scream sound effect?
You know the favorite. Here, it's this one.
The next shot I picked was Ryan for Ransom's shot where he's dressed like Bishop from X-Men. I don't really know a whole lot about this character, but I did a little research and it does seem like his energy colors tend to shift from like the pinks and the purples to the reds. So I went with more of like the purple pink look just because I thought it looked a little bit cooler. I used I used the new and free projection map script from ProductionCrate. This was actually my first time using it. We have a video on the creator showing you how to take a 2D image and make it 3D, and I literally just followed that tutorial step by step with a stock image that I got. I figured it'd be cool to do this kind of like run-down, abandoned building look for this shot. For the energy effects, I just found some cool ones on FootageCrate. I think Adrian made those using EmberGen. What else did I do for that shot? Oh, I also used some projection rays from ProductionCrate, so there's actual light rays coming from the window blinds on the side there. For the eye color, I just did that in Photoshop. I also did a little color correcting, and then to add a little extra depth, I generated a depth map using Runway ML, and I just use a displacement map to give him a little extra movement. To exaggerate the movement a little bit more, because there is so much 3D camera movement, I also used an optics compensation and just inverted it so it kind of looks like he's warping like that. Does that make sense? You all right, Adrian?
Yeah.
Let me know what you think of that shot in the comments below.
My second submission comes to us from Connor, and I decided to keep this one in more of a vertical aspect ratio to make it like more of an animated movie poster, you know? So I had to cut him out using just simple masks, and then I replaced the hammer that he was holding with a CGI one from RenderCrate. And then I wanted him to be able to catch it, so I needed to replace his hand, and since I happen to have the hands of a small boy, I decided to shoot my own hand on a green screen. Anytime we need to replace the body of like an average looking guy, we use Chris. Anytime it's a woman or a child, we use me. The cape is from FootageCrate. It's actually supposed to be like a Doctor Strange levitating cape, but I think it's okay if Thor borrows it. You think that's cool? You cool with that? And then also we have some lightning arcs that I got from FootageCrate as well, and I gave him some glowing eyes. And Connor, that's it. You're worthy, dude, to wield the power of Thor. Let me know what you think in the comments below.
All right, creators, I hope you enjoyed that video. We do want to do this same thing again in the future. This time, I think we want to do anime characters. So if you want to participate, make sure to email a video or a photo of yourself doing any anime type pose to support@productioncrate.com, and we'll let you know if we pick your submission to be included in the next video. We do want to do anime, but we can only do so many Dragon Ball Z effects, so try and be a little unique with whatever your ideas are. Good luck.